When the world speaks of light, it often forgets that light is meaningless without darkness. When we fear darkness, we are not fearing the absence of light. We are fearing the truth of life itself. The Aghori path teaches us that only by facing darkness directly, unflinchingly, can we awaken the unshakable power within us. This darkness is not only outside, it is also within. The shadows of our minds, our fears, our desires, our attachments. These are the real fires we must walk through. Most people live their entire lives trying to run away from darkness. They run towards comfort, towards distraction, towards illusions of safety. But in doing so, they never build the strength that comes from knowing the real self. The Aghori does not run. He sits with death. He sits with fear. He sits with decay. And in that confrontation, he becomes free. This is not madness. This is the highest form of spiritual psychology, the transformation of fear into fearlessness. When we look at life, we see cycles, creation, preservation, and destruction. Yet most of us only worship creation and preservation. We want things to last forever. We want relationships, money, youth, health to stay unchanged. But the truth of existence is that destruction is as divine as creation. The Aghori bows to this truth. He knows that by embracing destruction, he is not losing, but becoming whole. Think of your fears. The fear of failure, of being judged, of losing someone you love, of growing old, of dying. These fears shape every choice you make. They keep you trapped, weak, dependent. But what if you could look at those fears and say, "Come, I will sit with you." This is what the Aghori does. He goes to the cremation ground where death speaks in silence, and there he meditates. Not because he enjoys darkness, but because he knows that the one who embraces darkness can no longer be defeated by it. In psychology, we speak of the shadow, the parts of ourselves we deny, suppress, or run away from. Anger, jealousy, insecurity, shame. The more we deny them, the more they control us from the unconscious. But the Aghori says, do not deny, do not hide. Bring the shadow into light, embrace it, understand it, and in that understanding dissolve its poison. This is why the Aghori does things society calls taboo. He touches what we fear touching. He walks where we fear walking. He breaks the chains of conditioning, so that his mind is not ruled by fear, but by freedom. There's a deep lesson here for all of us. We may not sit at cremation grounds, but we all have our own burning pyres inside us. The pyres of grief, of trauma, of broken dreams. We try to avoid them, but they follow us. The Aghori way invites us to sit by those inner fires, to watch them without flinching, and in that watching, to find a strength that is indestructible. When you face darkness, something miraculous happens. You discover that darkness was never an enemy. It was a teacher. It was shaping you, preparing you, forging you like steel and fire. The pain you carry, the failures you hide, the tears you suppress, these are not curses. They are invitations to go deeper. And once you accept the invitation, you find that nothing outside you has the power to break you anymore. The Aghori knows this well. By meditating on the skull, he is not glorifying death. He is understanding impermanence. By living on what is discarded, he is not rejecting society. He is rejecting attachment. By embracing darkness, he is not choosing suffering. He is choosing liberation. Because when nothing frightens you, when nothing controls you, when nothing binds you, then you are unstoppable. In our modern world, this teaching is more relevant than ever. Look around. Anxiety is everywhere. Depression is everywhere. Fear of the future is everywhere. People are addicted to distractions because they cannot sit with themselves. They run from silence, from stillness, from truth. But what would happen if we borrowed courage from the Aghori? What if we decided to face our inner darkness instead of running from it? You would notice a shift. The job you fear losing would no longer define you. The opinions of others would no longer control your choices. The fear of being alone would transform into the joy of self-connection. The fear of death itself would become a doorway into deeper living. The Aghori is not teaching us to be reckless. He is teaching us to be real, to drop the masks, to face the shadow, and to embrace the totality of life, light and dark. And in that embrace, a new kind of strength arises. Not the strength of ego, but the strength of soul. There is a saying in the Aghori tradition, "The one who dies before dying never dies." This is the essence of fearlessness. When you have already walked through the valley of darkness, when you have already looked death in the eye, when you have already embraced your shadow, what can the world do to you? Nothing. You become like the cremation ground itself, silent, powerful, eternal. So the next time fear arises in you, pause. Instead of running, sit with it. Ask it, what are you here to teach me? The next time pain comes, don't numb it. Feel it fully and let it transform you. The next time darkness surrounds you, remember, you are not its victim. You are its student. And once you learn its lesson, you will find a strength that nothing can shake. This is the path of the Aghori. This is the path of spiritual psychology at its most profound. To face darkness is to unlock freedom. To embrace what you fear is to become fearless. And to walk with death is to discover the essence of life. If these words resonate with you, and if you wish to explore more of this wisdom, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Let us build a community where we no longer walk alone, where we face the shadows together, and where the light we find is not borrowed, but born from within us.